Okay.
Indie left, news and politics and all the rest. So much to do on the YouTube, so they curate a list for you. Do you want to watch your favorite creator or have a chat on Discord later? Well, you better get hip to indieleft.news.
What's up, Ron? And what's up, everybody? It's Indy and Reef. It's Sunday night. It's a little later than usual. It's 10:30.
You have it playing somewhere.
What?
You have it playing somewhere.
I have what playing somewhere?
Oh, wait, no, I do. I'm dumb.
Okay.
My
Hi,
fault.
everybody.
Go again, dumb.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Wait, why do I hear myself now? Oh, I know why. Because I have this on.
Because you're also playing it?
In browsers. Yes, I am with audio. Holy crap. I'm a fool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's start that again, shall we? Shall we back up? See, now your nameplate's over your mouth while you're eating, but that's okay. Wow. All right. I guess we could just kind of get everything moving. Let's see. We're up on all the networks. That's good. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Welcome everybody to How Do We Miss That? How Do We Miss That is a show airing on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and Odyssey Sunday nights at 10 o'clock, usually 10:30 tonight and probably next week. Reviewing a few big stories that we hadn't seen covered much in the left space of independent media. Co-hosted by me, Indy, founder and editor of Independent Left News and Leftist.today, and the Indy Left.gg Discord. And this guy, Reef Breland, sitting over here. Say hi, Reef. And he's the creator of the Door Discord and host of Reefer After Dark, which is on his channel, the Reef Breland channel, and on Indy Left.news and Indy News Network on all three. All the stories are featured in the Substack that we're going to cover tonight, at least for the stories that I'm going to cover, and then we're going to do some boats smashing into other boats, Reddit cringe with Reef.
Woo!
So I want to give a shout out to the patrons, Ko-fi supporters, Eric T, the Red, Richard M, and Richard from Facebook, who I saw actually joined the Substack this week. He signed up, so thank you for that. Nikki, Radical Leftist Agenda, Les Bones, Noli D, Lady Dragonfly. It looks like, Robin, you're doing a little bit better. I'm so glad to hear that. I know you've been recovering from COVID. And then thanking, of course, our volunteers that help out every week, and that's Nicole and Darlene and the Big Mad Crab, who's doing the thumbnails and helping with some editing stuff, getting the closing trailers, and he's badass. Thanks to Alex Davidson. Yep. Yeah, I send you the thing this morning about crabs and reef and the Great Barrier Reef, and sad, but that it's bleaching faster than ever. But
yeah. I know already. It's all gonna die. But
yeah, it's bad. And again,
yeah.
Again, thank you to Alex Davidson for liking every Substack post, and everybody. Just be aware that we've shifted the time that the daily newsletter updates. We're doing it once a day. It updates at noon Eastern every day. And then we're going to spend the rest of the day making the Substack, making the graphics, promoting it, putting the links out. And we'll do that even into the next morning. And we'll do that. And we'll do it all over at noon the next day, 7 days a week. So nice. That is, of course, How Do We Miss That? Clips get their own channel on Rumble. Rumble.com/C/How Did We Miss That is its own channel, and you can see all the clips up there for everything, I believe, up through this week, which is pretty cool. We've, of course, got the podcast version as well. You can find that on Spotify. Also did want to promo and spotlight that tomorrow night I will be doing a Friends of Indie Left with Afeni. So really excited to do that. That's tomorrow night at 9:30 on all the same channels that you see everybody on today. I'm actually thinking about just doing that on Twitch and YouTube and cutting it off the other channels because nobody's really watching there anyway.
Right.
So let's say hi to some people in chat. I see Greg the Crab. What's going on, man? Trans Marxist. Hi, Emma and Fanto. What's going on, man? Hey, everybody. Looks like we've got some. I don't know what's going on with the restream bot. It's showing 0 people here. That's cool. Thanks, YouTube, for messing with us.
On Indie Left, and it took me a minute to like find it this time. Like, it's not at the top of my subscriptions where it should be.
Because I created it this morning.
I created
it this morning, so
but still it should.
It should be.
Yeah, but you created the other one this morning too, right? Where if I go to my subscriptions, Indie Left News should also be there.
Right.
But it's not. It's just the Indie News one is like refreshed. So I don't know what happened there. What YouTube's doing to us.
This is weird.
Get it together.
Oh, I smell bacon and volcanoes. Check that out. What's up, E. Heller?
Ooh, bacon and volcanoes.
Welcome.
E. Heller.
Let me grab a link and send it off
to the bacon in that volcano. I would not eat. I'm just saying.
A volcano bacon. I think I'd be down with volcano bacon.
Well, they've been tossing politicians in from what I've heard. So, But
I know that's somebody's dream.
That pig meat's weird.
Yep.
But
yep. So.
But yeah, I like the new look. A lot of pink.
It is a lot of pink. It's a little overwhelming, but it is all about the love for Valentine's Day week and
pink's
for Valentine's Day month.
It's a fantastic color.
Sure.
It's a great color. Pink.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you've got like the red hue with the pink, and you're really just
the pink lights. Yeah, dude.
We're really pinking it out.
I hear the CIA liked like streamers with pink and purple lighting, so I'm trying to
Crab's got talent.
I need a Porsche, bro.
Crab definitely has talent. Crab's got the emoji talent. We know that. Look at that. Needs more pink. Volcano party. Hashtag volcano party. Nice.
Yeah.
Volcano. So yeah, we got a lineup of stories that I'm going through it yesterday, and I'm like, Reef, you're just gonna be freaking angry, and I'm not gonna be able to wait for boats. Like that's basically what we're gonna go through. But then we're gonna have a little bit of we're gonna have a couple of positive stories at the end, and then we're gonna have a brain cleanse with Reef stuff because I know he's got some cool stuff set up.
I want to like a reverse swear jar for every time I swear. They have to like give us donations,
right?
Because that should get us quite a bit. I have no control over that.
Yeah, for some reason the Ko-fi button's broken.
I would try, but.
The Ko-fi button's broken this week, but you can always go to patreon.com/IND-Left-News as well, and you can sign up for a patron there, and that's where I think we got four people signed up. Woohoo! Real exciting. And we appreciate everybody who does it. Really, it helps.
Yeah.
We spend way more than we make here, and we appreciate everybody pitching in and doing whatever they can to help make this work.
I'm trying to go fund me a new Porsche Taycan, so whenever we can have that happen.
Well, hey man, it works for some people in our space to have a dream like that. So hey, I feel that. All right, so let's do it, and let's take a look at some of the stuff that's going on here. All right, so first thing is we've got the current.
I need to get a Porsche Taycan Hot Wheel. That's what I need to do. Get a Hot Wheel. Like one of those little like Power Wheel ones. That's what I need. Like little kid car.
Holy crap!
But anyway,
that would be hilarious.
You were talking about your Substack that you were pulling up. Or?
So we've got the Substack here. This is the one for tonight's episode. And again, you've got the YouTube link. You can embed it, watch it here. You can find all the links to find and support. And hey, there's that Patreon link I was talking about right there. And there's the link to the Rumble
Right.
Clip channel and everywhere else we are, because we're like everywhere. And it's so funny. I was talking to Sabby Sabs earlier, and I'm like, you're everywhere too. She's awesome. Love her. Shout out to Sabby Sabs.
Dooba-dooba-doo. It's the motherfucking Sabby Sab Street.
So we've got here, this was this morning's, and this is a clip from last week that we did with the weird meeting with Congress. And we've got the political matrix. If you're not signed up for the political matrix, Marcus Cage, we've got L and Chand. I can't remember her last name. And then you've got the Blue Maverick, and you've got CJ Lawson, Cy Lawson. Definitely check them out. It's about a 3-hour stream every Saturday night. They're usually on against us, or they used to be on against us when we were doing Saturday nights. Now I actually get a chance to watch them. We got Rania and Eugene talking about Africa and Cuba.
The Rogan's bad week. That's like the summer of George.
Right?
Right? Like, it's the summer of Rogan.
Right. Rogan's bad week. Exactly. Brian Flores, his lawsuit versus the NFL. We didn't see that really actually talked about much. I'm not going to talk about that this week. Talking about Russia, China, they get into it, and they got a great stream. I love watching them. Again, my friend Ride Defense, and we've got, of course, the truckers are continuing, and again, everybody seems to be covering that this week. So, the name of the show is How Do We Miss That? So I decided to go in the opposite direction and not cover the trucker strike, but I did want to shout out and say that we do still stand in solidarity with the truckers. We did want to spotlight that a little bit. I also was sharing on my Twitter earlier today about how back in August and at the end of July, I was talking about trucker strikes and how powerful and effective they can be. And if you could figure out a way to convince the truckers to shut stuff down, you would get action real quick, because people will get very upset. And look, you're starting to see it's getting ugly so far, honestly, because the Canadian government hasn't been budging. But at some point, there's going to have to be a give. So again, we've got videos from Sabby Sabs. We got video. This was yesterday's from Jay Buffont. And actually, Lee Camp gave us a nice little shout out in this Moment of Clarity live stream, which was really cool. Nice. Convo Couch, shout out to Fams, and we know the Fiorella was in town to hang out with Uncle Warren and Ricky this weekend. That was great.
Yeah.
And Jimmy segments, Rob Durden, INN brother, Misty, love her, Misty and Jesse, Facts on the Ground. Definitely be subscribed to Facts on the Ground and Facts on Friday if you're not already. Just a shout out to some of the amazing video creators that we also spotlight that don't really get much love while we're doing all these articles, but there's a ton of video content that goes into what we do every day, And
I think Steve and Jesse Jett are also live. They've been overworking Jesse to death over at the
holy crap.
The Fast and Friday crew,
They sure have.
So I hope he's getting like double time pay.
I think tonight's action first.
A few more checks.
Is it Facts? Is it action for Assange? I don't even know.
I think he's on with Steve. So we'll see.
Nice. Shout out to everybody in chat. So then we've also got IndieLeft.news. Of course, that's our daily updated paper that comes out at noon every day. This is the current edition, and then it gets curated throughout the day. We move the stories up and around, and then we start promoting. So we've got Mint Press News talking about how mainstream media is the one primarily driving war with Russia, and this is just today, and this goes on and updates once a day. You can see tomorrow night, there's the link, and you can actually watch the Afeni stream there, or you can click right here and you can subscribe, or you can get an alert for the stream so that when we do go live, you can watch it then. Video slider, really important.
Yep.
So all the clips that we were uploading today, Richard Medhurst clips, Chris Hedges clips, Zabby clips, everybody's clips. even everybody's clips. So Consortium News. This is the one that I was talking about with the Great Barrier Reef. I did want to jump into that for 1 second, even though that wasn't part of my stories. So this is like a little bonus story that I hadn't really planned on doing.
What do you want to know?
But yeah,
what do you want to know about coral reef bleaching?
It's on the verge of a mass bleaching after highest temperatures on record. It's just like,
yeah. So do you know how that works?
No.
Right. Corals are a symbiotic relationship. They are a community organism, right? So there's the calcium structure itself, right? And then there's like bacteria that essentially lives on that structure, right? The coral polyps, essentially, right? Think of it like a fungus that also has to grow its like mycelium, right? So with the temperature increase, the bacteria are like, fuck this, I'm out, right?
Yeah.
So all that's left is that like calcium deposit structure. But yeah, they're super weird little organisms, corals.
This is definitely an environmental story,
real fickle.
But A, but B, it's a reef, so I had to include it. I had to show it tonight for a second. So
I've
again,
called the Great Barrier Reef plenty of times.
So I'm sure you have. There are again about 60 stories tonight. There can be, and the bot pulls as many as it can. There can be up to 150 stories per day. And again, we go through all this. You see Tara Reid wrote some new poems. If you want to check that out, by all means, shout out to our sister Tara Reid. And here's the link to tonight's stream in the independent-left.news, our Discord, access to that. You can see who's live there. You got 94 people online. I think we're over 400 people in the Discord at this point. So just a little about Indie Left.
I hear Tara's going to debate what's his name?
Well, she's trying to challenge Isaac DeVore, Edward Isaac DeVore, who's not.
That
really
sounds like a rich proletariat,
bourgeois
name if I've ever heard one.
Yes.
If, like he could like if they called him Devour, it would be too on the nose.
So,
but
I'm going to flip to our first story, which is, let's go live to it. Following the money. And one of my favorites, of course, Judd Legum, who wasn't exactly great today on Twitter, but still his articles and his work and his in-depth investigative reporting into following the money are fantastic. Some of the things that we learned during this first FEC filing, are, and he's focusing a lot on the hypocrisy of what companies say versus what they're going to do. So companies came out and they were all indignant about January 6th and about what people had done and about the Republican Party and the people that weren't going to certify the election. And let's see what they're actually doing. Well, it's unfortunately not quite what they said, which is not really surprising. Although what you've seen is that these guys' funding has fallen off. So there's this guy, Blaine Lukenmeyer, right? So he voted to overturn the election. Again, this is 2021 versus 2019. So it's the year before an election year is what he's comparing. And you see a substantial drop off in corporate PACs and total funding. And mostly it's due to corporate PAC fall off, which is a good thing in a good way, but at the same time, not all of it. Okay, Cigna goes all in. Right? Said it would discontinue support of any member of Congress, and for 3 months it did. It still donated to 6 members. Right? Then they told New York Times that they didn't violate the pledge. Trying to thread loopholes, but either way, they're just initially indicated that Blue Cross Blue Shield also made its first donation, except that this is how we reported it. Interesting. So they say that they have not resumed donating to the 147. Again, cutting off their funding is a good way. I honestly, I don't care how you do it. And if whatever excuse people use to cut off these guys' funding and to kill the spigot, now I get that they're probably going to shift it to somebody else, but these guys are clowns. We know from their voting records that they're clowns, and them being out of Congress is not a bad thing. So definitely psyched about that.
Yep.
So that's our first article about corporate accountability. What do you think about the FEC filings? These guys, corporate lobbyists. You don't really get to talk about that much.
Yeah, I mean it's no, we don't, and it's mainly because we kind of expect it at this point, right? Where it's like we know that the whole thing's covered in funding and back money, deals and stuff like that. But since, Citizens United went the way it did, it's been out in the open, blatant, even with them dropped in funding, like where's that graph? Right? Like that thing, like that's still like look at 2021, you're still at 500, that's $500,000 easily for just this one guy, right? Like, like what is he doing with that?
And he's a Missouri Republican, just from some random district. Okay. No. Comcast donated to the National Republican Congressional Committee and the Senate Committee.
And what did they say that they would discontinue support of any member of Congress that hindered a peaceful transition of power? Right. Whatever that means.
Well, by objecting to the certification of the Electoral College. They're specifically talking about the 147 representatives and senators that voted to overturn the results of the election. And again, that gets touchy, especially when it comes to YouTube. And of course, we have to acknowledge for YouTube's sake that Joe Biden is the established president of the United States. Ugh. I can't believe we actually still have to do that. And for a guy that was in fourth place on March 2nd. No, for unless you want to get kicked off, you kind of do. But for a guy that was in fourth place in the primary on March 2nd of 2020, let's not forget any of that. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, Judd also came out with a different article. This time with Tesnim Zakaria. He actually has two people that work with him, Rebecca Crosby, Tesnim Zakaria. I want to give a shout out to both of them because they get very little love and recognition. He probably wants it that way, and they probably want it that way, but they do amazing work. So corporations send large donations to GOP group behind abortion bans and voter suppressions. What a surprise. Okay, so again, following the money. We don't follow the money just on the Democrats. We follow money on the Republican side as well. Where's the money going and who's getting it? So you've got here, according to the Brennan Center, which is, of course, John Brennan, which CIA, etc. We're not big fans of John Brennan. Okay, here. Trump's laws about voter fraud, restrict mail-in voting, limit drop boxes, reducing the number of hours available. Some of them actually have happened, but Republican state legislatures, 19 states, have passed 34 laws restricting access to voting. Again, that's according to the Brennan Center. What we've seen are a ton of roll purges. Greg Palast has been talking about that for ages. Right? You've also got Google, which presents itself as our friends at Google. Comcast, Universal. It's a who's who of our friends. CVS, all the big corporations.
Yep. Giant receipt printers.
Right?
Citigroup.
AT&T.
Right.
Other major you've got everybody.
Claim to be woke.
It's a who's who. And this I saw Judd put out on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram, popular.info. Excellent publication.
Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, yeah. It's all... Again, they want to buy both sides. These are the guys that have the kind of money to invest in both sides and in all different... in every race and just across the board sweeps every competitor. So that's what I see happening here.
Yeah.
Well,
the big thing is 135,000 from Comcast, NBC, Universal, right? That to me is a much bigger problem than even the rest of these.
Well,
right?
AT&T as well.
Because, right, yes.
DirecTV.
AT&T less so than I think. Yeah. But right. But they don't. AT&T doesn't have a network.
Well, they just stopped funding.
Right.
They do. I mean, they own HBO, don't they? Don't they still own like Time Warner and
maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they unless that just got spun off
as a major news outlet. You know.
Well,
like NBC does news, like
right. Sure. Yeah. 18. Well, they had One America. They actually just shut down One America News. AT&T was the sole funder. Remember, we covered that. So
yeah, we did.
So that is the popular info section of Following the Money, and then we're going to switch to CommonDreams, who's they dominate tonight's edition. I wish I had the opportunity to have some of these folks on a Friends of Indie Left, and maybe one day we'll get that opportunity. But Jake Johnson is one of my favorites, and he's, to me, the leader of the all-star team. Data highlights, egregious pandemic profiteering. Thanks a lot. Following the Money. What's going on? All right. With corporate price hikes. And this is nothing new to us, but it's profiteering. Why are prices going up? It's because profits are going up. It's not that necessarily costs are going up, but they're using this as an opportunity to increase prices. It's not inflation, but it's greed that's being fed back to shareholders in the form of profits and dividends and growth, and maybe at some point some increased hired people, but certainly not hired people for living wages and for high wages. And that's what's going on here. All right. Found the cost of food to be increased by 33.5%. And that's like staple food that you have to, that people are buying every day. Beef, bacon, chicken, milk, eggs.
Yeah. Right.
Again, when you have a 33% increase in costs past to the end user.
This coincides with, rent increases recently too, right? Where, one bedroom is now $1,000, and it's they're making it to where you can't afford to live. Like, it's crazy, But overall energy costs rose 20%. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Such an egregious price. Yeah. Huge profits here. And this is the one about corporations, again, raking in the biggest profits since 1950. All right. And then the other article that I had here was from also a Jake Johnson special about lobbying to kill back better. Pharma hiking the cost of 866 drugs. Isn't that wonderful? So that was my fourth story. That was actually last Monday. So that was the day after our last show. This is almost a week old at this point. I don't know. This slipped over under almost everybody's radar, and is going to affect just about everybody out there. So,
yeah,
it's wow. Over the same period last year, drug makers raised prices by an average of 4.5% on 893 drugs. Okay, now it's 6.6% on 866 drugs. And my guess is that in a lot of cases, it's the same drugs. Okay, yeah. And again, they talked about some of the dollar amounts, I believe, further down the line. Okay, Medicare to negotiate drug prices. We'd love to see that happen, sure. But you've got tons of people. Yeah, Scott Peters getting the most money of any member of Congress. Yeah. Almost $64,000 in the first half of the year. And my wonderful senator, who I actually voted against, Bob Menendez, almost took $50,000. And he's not facing re-election, right, for another 4 years, or for another 2 years. So
Right.
You know, Democrats' efforts to cap insulin costs also faced intense opposition from the pharmaceutical industry. What a surprise! Eli Lilly and
this is
Novo
all on
Nordisk
top of
boosted
stagnant
lobbying
wages,
spending,
you
and
know,
all of
for
a
the
sudden
last-
that went away.
Yeah. I'm
So-
just like, I don't know. How do people not see this? You know? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
How are they not seeing it? Well, you know why? Because CNN and MSNBC.
Yeah,
this one's
right,
just
they're not gonna
again,
cover this.
and this is Bernie. Bernie's even calling it out. Wow, you know, last week we talked about Bernie, you know, killing union stuff, but this week he's actually talking about prescription drug prices. Now, is it going to get anything done? Who knows? Probably not. And this is like the grandstanding. This is we're going to call everybody's attention to it and get everybody riled up and everybody upset. And then in the end, they're just going to end up getting more money from the pharmaceutical industry for their 2022 campaigns. And that's really what I think all of this is about. This is about campaign contributions in some ways. You know, they're raising their prices, right? And everybody's going to scream. They're going to do nothing. And in the meantime, they're going to try to fundraise off it all year. So that's what we're going to see.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be constant Republican bad for the next, you know, like that's what we're on. Vote harder, people.
Right? Vote harder! Look at all this. And again, this is Democrats that are doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank. That's another local congressman toward me. He used to be my local, then I moved, and now he's not anymore. But so that's our Follow the Money segment. We had 4 different articles on what's happening out there. And we've got
NPR must go through a ton of cost drops, you know? Like,
right?
For their smooth, buttery radio voice. Especially during COVID. You know?
Sure. All right, so now we're going to flip to bosses suck. And everybody fucking agrees with that, I think, here.
Yep.
And here we're talking about union bosses. And again, this is our friends at the World Socialist website. And they do some good work. They do some fear-mongering work. They do they would call it some incredibly important work. And they have done a ton of work about, you know, COVID lockdowns. And while we disagree with their stuff, we totally respect their position. But in this case, they're talking about the Burlington Northern Railway clampdown on workers' dissent. So they had an anti-strike injunction. So 17,000, I believe, conductors indicated that they were going to strike, and they were taken to court and they were stopped. And apparently the union management was part of it, actively seeking to prevent workers from speaking to the press in violation of their First Amendment right to free speech. Of course, because they want only the workers, you know, the union representatives to speak on behalf of the workers. Right, 17,000 workers voted nearly unanimously to authorize strike action. Okay, so new high-vis policy will significantly worsen the already long and unpredictable working schedule, which make it difficult for workers to spend time with their families or visit the doctor, while also laying groundwork for the experienced workers to be fired for missing just a few days of work. I mean, there aren't even that many people working railway jobs at this point. 17,000 people. I mean, that's nationwide. And people don't realize just how important trains are in moving goods and services around this country still. And the people who work for them are usually highly underpaid, and it's been kind of an invisible industry that makes the entire country grow and country go. And that's another place. If you saw a conductor strike like what you saw here, and that's why they went to court to shut it down, similar to a trucker strike, it would shut down the entire country quickly. And Shadowban Refugee did write an amazing article about the power that the courts have to do that in his labor article, for sure, on a 95-year-old bill. And I think I saw something about a 1926 law on the I think he did mention a 1926 law here on the Railway Labor Act. There you go. All right. So yeah, my man's got it. All right. Unions, no doubt, well aware of the galvanizing impact statements have had that workers have made in recent weeks. Of course, they say that everything that a worker states about what's actually happening at their job is going to undermine the negotiations. Right. So CSX, Union Pacific, all these companies, by the way, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, are owned by Berkshire Hathaway. Most people don't even realize that Warren Buffett effectively owns the entire railways. All right.
Yeah.
After the ruling, management has also gone on the offensive. So workers reported they've sent threatening communications to them. This is standard. Again, this is what's happening at Amazon, and this is what's happening at Starbucks. I was actually reading something about what they're doing to Starbucks employees and to the shops that are talking about unionizing. They flood the place with managers that then the imbalance of managers to employees is overwrought. Everybody's getting overmanaged, and they end up splitting because it's just a pain. Last week's court ruling was not the result of a technicality of the definition of the word major, but a political decision aimed at blocking the resistance by working class to deteriorating working conditions.
Public interest is defined as a financial interest. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Right. So again, a lot of it is chest puffery, but and explaining exactly, why this is wrong and the morality of it, in addition to the facts of what's happening here. But the RLA, have applied for federal mediator to intervene in talks. But the same federal law which subjects workers to endless rounds of mediation before being allowed to strike doesn't place any restrictions on management, unilaterally posing new policies such as the high-vis policy at BNSF without even the pretense of negotiation. I mean, it's, again, and what you're going to end up seeing is that the workers will have a contract put in front of them, if they're lucky at all. Well, now they're not even going to be able to strike.
And it'll be right. Yep.
And it'll be take it or leave it.
It's like that silent filibuster, right? Where it's like, either get with it or get the fuck out.
Now, Berkshire Hathaway isn't owned by BlackRock. They're probably partnered with BlackRock in some ventures, but Berkshire Hathaway is a massive publicly traded company that was started by Warren Buffett that owns a huge conglomerate of companies, including real estate mortgage companies. They own car dealerships. They own like big dealership groups. I know they bought one of the largest dealership groups in the country, just like Lock, Stock, and Barrel. What's that?
The paragraph below it. Any militant union was quickly smashed in this industry long ago. One BNSF retiree told the WSWS, when the BLET brags about its long history that was founded in 1863, that's really a self-indictment. It's been allowed to exist because it poses no threat to management and does not fight for workers. It's pretty much every union right now, right? You could just replace those. Like,
here you go, UAW. Exactly. Here you go, where the UAW got corporate stock in exchange for restructure.
Yeah, after they put Hoffa in that stadium underground, unions haven't been the same since.
Right, the AFT and Randy Weingarten are spearheading the campaign to reopen schools during the pandemic, which is a controversial issue, to say the least. But it's again toward the capitalistic system, get everybody back to work. And in this case,
that right. Like, go ahead.
Yeah, again, her motivation for doing so is not necessarily because the science says so, but because they need to get people back to work.
But it's also that union could have been doing any other fights. They choose to fight on this. Like, It's almost like identity politics stuff, where it's like, yeah, that's what you're choosing to fight on because you want to appear as opposition, when in turn doing nothing.
Again, these guys only really advocate for rank and file committees, which they seem to feel is the best way to negotiate and to deal with management. They're always willing to provide support to the 17,000 or to whatever group of workers wants to come together and do that. I commend WSWS for doing that.
Rank and file committees it is just more like, it makes things slower, in my opinion,
Well, somehow all the workers have to collectively have their voice heard, and if you're not going to do it with a union, how are you going to do it? I mean, you've got to have some method to do it. I'm sure there are other methods beyond rank and file committees and unions. All right, then you have like direct employee democracy type of stuff where everybody just votes on certain things. But honestly, it might be a co-op,
cooperative businesses, and
it might be a co-op the way that Richard Wolff talks about. There's a lot. There are corporate structures. I'm sure they can do that. I'm not really familiar with them.
Society has taken every organization that could work and just
smashed it and made it only available for capitalistic society. So the other article about bosses suck. Another CommonDreams, one of the best outlets out there. Kenny Stancil, and a member of the All-Star team. Restaurant owners got 30 times more federal COVID aid than workers. And this is where, again, bosses get 30 times at least what their average employee gets. And this is kind of a long...
Yep. Well, it's just they're the ones that call. They're the ones that directly, they get the check when it comes to the, like, they get to write out what those checks go to. I guarantee you there's going to be, but yeah,
they held on to a good portion of it.
$3.2 billion in federal relief since March 2020, thanks to grants, loan forgiveness, and tax credits authorized by Congress. Notes the report. Meanwhile, sub-minimum wage workers, those what do they call those beforehand? Low skilled and/or
that's called
before that.
That's called waiters, waitresses, dishwashers, and basically everybody who works in a restaurant that isn't management.
Right. Those hero workers. What do they call them? The ones we desperately need.
Right. The ones that they've been kicking to the curb and stopping from striking and. Not paying adequately and cutting back their pay and starving their hours and keeping percentage homeless and unemployed. And it's pretty brutal. So like I said, you're going to hate some of the stories tonight, and I'm really sorry about that, but this is what's actually happening out there beyond like the big stories that were covered in our space. And they didn't really talk about anything about pandemic profiteering from restaurateurs. I think we know about it, but here you go. Congress, which has kept the federal the sub-minimum wage at $2.13 an hour for more than 30 years, obliged a lot of businesses.
They get tips.
But the tips, which are also taxed, right? So in the first year of the pandemic, many restaurant workers found themselves locked out of the unemployment benefits offered in the $2 trillion federal stimulus package, while some receiving $3,200 in stimulus checks at most, which was supposed to cover you for a year.
Yep.
Okay. And CARES Act and ARP gave workers a combined potential 74 weeks of unemployment insurance. Right, $23,000 in extended benefits. Right. But to be eligible, they had to submit a minimum number of hours worked or minimum wages earned over a specific base period, usually over a time frame equal to 1 year. Though it varies by state. June 20, 2/3 of service workers noted challenges in accessing unemployment insurance. Many noted they were deemed ineligible. Yeah, the people who didn't get to the people who needed it the most. While the bosses ended up getting
bureaucratic calls.
Essential. Yeah. Thank you, E. Heller. That was the word. The word that we were missing. They were essential workers. Oh, sorry. Essential. Also, Right? There's been a mass exodus from the restaurant industry due to lack of relief and stagnant wages. Hell, we went out to dinner last night, and they brought one portion early, and it took a while to get the main entrees for the adults. The kids stuff at least thankfully was brought out early, and then it took an hour to bring out the entrees, and I was getting kind of agitated, but at the same time I said to the people, look, I don't blame you. Yeah. I blame the ownership of your company. Now this is a big multi-million-dollar chain restaurant, publicly traded, and I blame them for not adequately staffing and adequately paying their workers and providing an environment where enough people want to work and they can staff up adequately. So
you end up making shortcuts because you're trying to meet time constraints. The rush comes, like, not to mention the owners cut every bit of cost they can in product that you're using to make. Like, having worked in the industry, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not the fault. It's not the fault.
Did you see a story about the waitress who had like some like a YouTuber gave her like a big tip or whatever, right? It was like a crazy like $2,000.
Yes, I saw that.
$2,000, like that. And then they were gonna force her to share it, and she was like, "No, we've never shared tips ever since I've worked here." Like, and she was like, "No, fuck you," and took the money and fucking left. Like, good for her.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, like, that was her tip. Absolutely. But look at this. Yeah. Now that they're hemorrhaging workers after decades of uncompetitive labor practices, they face the greatest staffing crisis of any industry. Good. Now look, your restaurant costs and your meal may end up going up. Okay? But $2.13 an hour base pay for the people that work there, plus tips, and it hasn't changed in 30 years. Yeah. Can you imagine?
No. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And you hope people have enough money to tip you. Like, that's what you're hoping. Like, it's crazy. I mean, this is the entire restaurant industry is underpaid, understaffed, right? Like,
well, the entire reliance on tips that most of the service industry around the world doesn't have to deal with. Again, capitalist system that's allowing the owners to reap as much profit and benefits as possible.
Yep. Cut your what do they call that? Don't supply as much money, right? Maximize profit. Like,
well, that's just it. But the problem is that you get what you pay for, and what you're paying for right now, and the reason why they've been
part of this is like the fact that no one has any money to go out to
eat.
Woman. I know.
This poor woman.
No one's, like, my generation especially, are not going to restaurants. They're just not. They can't afford to. Unless you're in, like, New York or something like that, where you don't have a kitchen big enough to do stuff, right? And you have to go to restaurants, but, like, even then, like, a lot of people are not doing that.
Last night was the first time in over a month I took my family out to dinner. And
out to dinner, yeah. Like, and yeah, I mean, especially for places like out here, like there's no restaurants where I'm at, and if they're trying to be like tourist trapped weird, like, to where like a burger is like $20, and you're like, yeah, this is, and it's the same burger that I could have went to like Walmart and bought a pack of them for, the same price, like, they're pouring those French fries out of the Oneida bag just like we are. So,
100%.
Yeah. I had to look at this guy's face. Great.
Shush, because nobody else can see it yet. Now they're just seeing you and me. But just wanted to say hi to everybody in chat. Shadowban, what's going on, man? The BJ bureaucracy breaks our power, dude. He's Shadowban refugee. If you're not following him, Shadowban_R on Twitter. Follow him on Medium. He's fire, absolute fire. Looks like we had a little bit of spiciness between Ed, and I don't know if they're still here. Orale, if Shadowban is still here. Carl, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh boy, we had Ed and Warren in here, and they were brawling. Great, that's good to see. Fanto, what's going on?
I think Warren came in right when he left. But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay. We don't even want to really talk about that. But
I know.
E-Heller. Also, people on EBT SNAP usually can't spend on hot meals at restaurants.
Hot meals.
That's gross. Yep. Ed was spicy.
Yep.
LOL. That's really funny. So, all right, let's move on to our next story because I can't stand looking at this clown's face anymore, and I want to scroll past. And it's senators have reintroduced a highly unpopular Earn It bill that would scan all online messages. Red alert! Red alert!
Of course it would. Of course it would.
Red alert! Red alert! By the way,
new Earn It Act.
Debate Me channel said there's an animal in your house. Yes, it's a dog that's over his right shoulder. We know. That's Puppo. That's Puppo.
Puppo, what are you doing?
So one of the things I love about CommonDreams, and again, I said there was going to be a lot of CommonDreams in tonight's. But you can't see that because the header's probably no. You can see CommonDreams in the header. Good. So they also co-publish with other great outlets and publications. Like, for example, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF. So,
the EFF sounds like a wrestling
so
federation.
Joe Mullin publishes this article. Let's be clear, the new Earn It Act, and you know that anytime they title it like this is exactly the opposite of what it's going to accomplish. It's going to screw you.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what are we earning?
Right?
Like...
Yeah, it would pave the way for a massive new surveillance system run by private companies that would roll back some of the most important privacy and security features and technology used by people around the globe. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's just like what reading their private. People don't want outsiders reading their private messages, not their physical mail, not their text, not their DMs, nothing. It's clear an obvious point, but one so
bipartisan.
Like,
again, both parties suck. Both parties suck.
So what exactly are they claiming this does? Like,
the Earn It Act would pave the way for a massive new surveillance system. Like I said, it could ensure that anything hosted online is scanned.
Oh god, it's worse. It's private actors. So they're doing it for like you can get ads. They're trying to get oh god.
Yep.
It's even worse than we thought.
Yep.
Like
brutal. So the bill empowers every U.S. state or territory to create sweeping new internet regulations by stripping away Section 230. Right? That's how many? Again, they've been talking about this since before Trump. That's Section 230. Section 230. Now, again, this is a talking point on both sides because there are parts of Section 230 that are excellent. There are parts of Section 230 that are completely outdated. There are parts of Section 230 that need to be revised and parts that need to be completely abolished. There are parts that aren't addressed completely at all because the technology didn't exist when Section 230 was written.
Yeah.
So, again, like peer-to-peer secure applications, I'm sure, which existed but didn't really exist to the level that you can have. Again, look, WhatsApp, Signal, and iMessage. There you go. Boom. That's what they're trying to get. Peer-to-peer encrypted applications. Like Amazon Web Services. Telegram, I'll bet they're going after Telegram as well, right? Right.
Discord's on Amazon Web Services, I think. So
are they? I thought they were on Microsoft, but maybe not. That would make sense if they were on Amazon too. Right. So
one of the two.
It creates a 19-person federal commission dominated by law enforcement, which lays out voluntary best practices for online child abuse, which, look, very important, but at the same time, that gets into privacy issues. Again, Cloudflare, Amazon Web Services to scan. It might not even need
messaging with your doctor. Is that not like patient-doctor confidentiality, and therefore you're being unconstitutional, and you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I'm saying. So
like, not to mention the fact that if they start finding like CP or whatever through messages and stuff, are they then part of that? Like, anyway.
Ugh. Ugh. I don't even want to talk about that.
It's a terrible idea, government.
Ooh.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, and it's got bipartisan support, so you know that it's going to screw us. Because that's the only time they come together, as George says. That's right. Yeah. And he's not the only one, but I've heard other brilliant comedians lately say that effectively, and I think it was Jimmy Dore. Yes. So a lot of scanning, not a lot of protection exactly. So they support the Earn It Act, and they need new tools to prosecute cases over child sex abuse material, or CSAM, which of course they do. Again, we want to give them all the tools possible, but at the same time, respecting everybody else's privacy that isn't participating in that. How do you do that? Right. I don't know how you walk that line. This is like pre-crime. You know? Well, right, and it's not just it's not pre-crime, but it's more like Big Brother being able to look into everything that you do. It's not really necessarily predictive crime.
Without a warrant. Right, you would need pre-crime, then get the warrant to go. Like that's what I'm saying. Where it's like,
right, it's one step from that, right? But again, it already does not protect online service providers from prosecutions under CSAM. It doesn't provide them from prosecution under any federal criminal law, which it shouldn't. Which is wait, what? That's interesting. Is there anything else to protect them as a service provider from that? I'm sure there is. They're required to report it.
Right. There's a thing about those like public, like they don't get like publishing faults or whatever, right? Because they're not deemed publishing. But
independent child protection experts aren't asking for systems to read everyone's private messages. Right. So that's the other thing that you have to note here is who is. It's Congress for a completely different reason, and we all know this. And yes. And E. Heller says, aren't they basically asking for permission to do what they've already been doing through the NSA? Yeah, probably.
Right.
In some ways, but no, not really. They can't monitor every single Discord thread around the world. And that's what effectively this wants to be able to do.
Well, it's the peer-to-peer stuff that they're wanting to definitely get in on, right? Where it's, you know, the stuff that is encrypted, they're wanting backdoors or whatever. I mean, it's. I mean, they're also wanting the ability for private organizations to be able to, and that's even worse.
All right, mass surveillance plans, end-to-end encryption. Okay, they're magically compatible. Okay, called client-side scanning. The Internet Act doesn't target big tech. It targets every individual internet user, treating us all as potential criminals. Right.
We deserve criminals. Right. We're all.
It turns everything around. Right. And everything you publish, again, you should be watching everything you say, do, and publish anywhere. If you put it in a cloud or anywhere off of a secure hard drive, effectively. But yeah, it uses tech companies as its tools. Exactly. So get private companies to do the dirty work of mass surveillance. What a surprise. A lot of them have already been doing it. And this is, again, where they talked about Apple subverting its own encryption, which they wouldn't do. But then law enforcement broke into it anyway. Right. All right. We won't waver in our support for privacy and security for all. Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF. Support this organization. Good bunch of people. Cal Berkeley. Smart dude. ARS Technica. Joe Mullin.
Walks on the beach.
Good article.
And in a single.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, the next...
Well, I'll wait.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was just, you know, we have the same people in chat, so I saw you switched over to the...
Yeah, just me and you.
And I don't know if you pulled up the...
Yeah. I don't know if I have...
by intel agencies to spy on us, and also sold to corporations to better target ads from it. Yeah, of course, trans Marxists. Right. Exactly what they're gonna fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're already like the moment they figure out how to get into your thoughts for ad purposes, they will. You know, like so.
Yeah. Can't we just tell Congress to put some duct tape on their series of tubes and everything works fine now? Sure. I think they're.
Did you see the lady who was like, the internet's in crystals? You watched that one? That
no, I didn't see. I missed that one.
She like went to like some town hall thing and was like, so what is the internet? Like, where is it? You know?
That's the South Park episode. There was a South Park episode about that where Stan goes to try to appease the
internet.
The internet, yes.
Yeah.
Because the internet is angry.
Yeah.
You know, Restream is becoming something I want to look at because those bots are not fun.
Oh yeah. Well, the fact that it's like we need to, it would be nice.
Well, our friend over at Nay's Garden, Nay. Shout out to Nay, love Nay. Nay actually switched over, and he started doing StreamYard, and he noticed actually that the Russian bots seem to attach to the Restream Universal Chat, and that. And it might be that we might look at a different universal chat application for moving forward because we do see those guys in there and they're not really cool.
Well, so we probably can filter them out, but, you know.
Yeah, there's ways to do it.
Links that look suspicious.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. So anyway, I did want to go to our next story, which is
hide it easily, right?
Great diplomacy, Joe.
Yep.
Sarcasm. Argentina to Russia. We want to end dependency on the U.S. Okay, and so what did they do? They signed a deal with Russia, and
Fernandez.
I believe they've also joined the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative.
Yep.
So again, this is Kawsachun News, which is a great outlet from South America.
Yep. Seen them on Convo a few times. They look great.
Right. Well, that's Camila Escalante. They have a bunch of people working there. This is kind of like I think it's like a lefty AP type of service where there's a bunch of people contributing. But where they're talking about Alberto Fernandez visited the Kremlin and told Putin that he wants independency on the U.S. Oh, man. Well, again, IMF loans, and it depends on the debt and the IMF, and they want to get free of that, of course. And of course, how are they going to get free of that? They'll end up getting free of it by giving Russia debt or what? He will also be visiting China and then Barbados, like we said. And then it was announced that they were also joining the Belt and Road Initiative. So there was a little video here about having to be so dependent on IMF and on the U.S., where they're having a public conversation.
Y yo estoy empecinado en que Argentina tiene que dejar de tener esa dependencia tan grande que tiene con el fondo y con los Estados Unidos. Y tiene que abrirse camino hacia otros lados. Y ahí es donde me parece que Rusia tiene un lugar muy importante. Yo quiero que usted tenga la certeza de que yo veo una gran oportunidad para que podamos avanzar.
Well, somebody's in the room and it's not us.
Yeah.
And again, this is why you see this global saber rattling of the U.S. government.
Death clock up there?
Is that what?
I think it is. A death clock. So it depends on how old those gold clocks are, right?
There.
But it's the Mad Hatter's problem, right? Where how do you get mercury fumes were one of the only ways to transfer gold in that style, right? We didn't have electrolysis yet, So usually clocks like that end up having a quite a few deaths attributed to them. You know,
Interesting.
but yeah.
See that? You teach me new shit every day.
The more you know.
All right, so one more awful story, and again, not many people were talking about this, and you can see what's going on here. And where was this? This was in Peru back in 2016. However, what happened here? This is in the Ecuadorian Amazon. Again, our friends at CommonDreams doing some incredible work this week.
This video, but yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Burst pipeline sprays crude oil into the Ecuadorian Amazon. And it's heartbreaking. I mean, and this is owned by, I can't remember who the owner is.
Yeah, I sent this to Donziger, the video.
And I'm sure he was well aware, but new oil spill in Ecuador on the banks of the Coca River. What appears to be a new rupture pipeline. Check this out.
I mean, it's just... Yeah.
And that's going right into the water supply.
And you thought cleaning it off of penguin would be hard.
Wait, now you're off the low. Oh, it's because I turned this up. How about now?
Sure.
Okay, that's better.
Okay. But
wow,
yeah, I mean, look at how much, like
50 foot, and this is just a minute.
Right, think about parts per million. Right, like you're talking about, like
look at it getting right into
for a second,
right into the stream.
Right, like that's a pretty good pressurized stream, 4-inch like hole. You know, you're talking about gallons upon gallons every like minute.
They claimed that that they had contained it so it cannot contaminate any bodies of water, but it looked to me like it.
You're in the rainforest.
Right. That certainly looks like it's getting in the water.
Yeah. It wouldn't matter. It's going to seep into the ground and then contaminate groundwater, which is then going to go somewhere. Like
the Coca River is contaminated. Oh my God.
Right. That's all going to go downstream. You're going to be seeing oil on top of water for months.
Ugh. Look at that. It's like, disgusting.
If you
and then you'll see a slick.
You look downstream even. Right, you'll see that rainbow sheen across that water.
Yep.
Right, even with it moving fast, it's going to change the entire surface tension of everything.
Ugh.
You know,
it's going to kill wildlife.
Yep.
Ugh. January 29th. There. Group said Ecuador lied and knowingly endangered Quechua communities when it said in an official statement that the burst pipeline was not directly exposed to rivers and that the oil flow had been controlled.
Yeah.
Okay, we must end the impunity again. Talking about our friend Steven Donziger, who is being persecuted by the oil companies. Now, the owner, I don't know if it says anywhere in here who the owner of the, OCP Ecuador pipeline, which is, I believe, owned by the country, if I remember correctly. So it's nationalized. Okay.
I see Eric the Reds in chat.
Nice. What's up,
Eric?
Eric?
I want an Eric in every color. I want an Eric the blue. You know.
Oil is disgusting.
I want like a whole Power Rangers group of Erics.
All right. Now we actually get to some good news.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this. Part of it.
It's good news. It's also a little infuriating because this is something that some of us have been talking about for a very long time, which are alternate treatments and preventative treatments about COVID. But now we're finding that it's actually got.
I'm gonna go get some more.
It's actually got, power to fight infection. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Where's our...
Like every doctor would have told you for the last on anything. you know?
Right. So Israeli scientists say they've gathered the most convincing evidence to date that increased vitamin D levels can help COVID-19 patients reduce the risk of serious illness or death. This is treating COVID with vitamin D.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this is not misinformation. This is the Times of Israel. This is a study from Bar Ilan and Galilee Medical Center, all right, that say that the vitamin has had such a strong impact on disease severity that they can predict how people would fare if infected based on nothing more than their ages and vitamin D levels. Oh my God. Get your vitamin D, kids. Sunlight, right? Get your vitamin D, kids.
There's places already that we've decided to push humanity to where the vitamin D levels drop significantly. There's a reason why Russians have those solar lamps and stuff, you know? Like especially up in like the where it's like not sunlight for, you know, part of the year.
Yeah, right.
You know? So
well, not only that, but
get like 5 minutes of sunlight.
Multivitamins, okay? Yeah. And it's really weird because I used to actually take vitamin D3 and I took 10,000 units a day or once a week. And now, if you go to the pharmacy to buy that, it's $500 for the prescription. Yeah, and it has to be prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah, I get prescribed by a doctor. I get lingual, you know, like you can either go sublingual or, you know, I get the big unit pill that I take like 3 times a week. You know, but right, it's endemic across the Middle East, partially because, you know, people are indoors all day. You know, and for your immune system to work properly, you need it.
By taking supplements.
Among many other, like, right. Well, that's what, and it's also the thing is, why are they called supplements? What are they meant to supplement?
Diet, exercise.
Your diet.
A healthy living.
Diet mainly, and like,
yes,
right. So you should be trying to get as much as this
sunshine,
from your diet as
right?
Well as,
sunlight, natural light. Okay,
right.
We found it remarkable and striking to see the difference in changes, or in the chance of becoming a severe patient when you are lacking vitamin D to compare to when you're not. All right, and every time I go to the doctor, he tells me I'm low. Every time I go for a physical, I'm low on my vitamin D.
Every time I go get blood work, I'm low on vitamin D. Right. I mean, I'm good now, but I was for a long time, you know?
What we're seeing when vitamin D helps people with COVID infections is a result of effectiveness in bolstering the immune systems to deal with viral pathogens that attack the respiratory system, which makes a lot of sense. And this is equally relevant for Omicron as it was for previous variants, which makes a lot of sense as well. Okay. I have been taking a multivitamin on a daily basis basically since COVID started. And
also this stuff, this airborne, right? That's got like
vitamin C shots, basically.
Vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, and they make a few of these that also have elderberry in them that are pretty good. But
yeah, we used to give the kids elderberry.
Well, yeah, it's just immune support, people. It shouldn't be that hard. Like what would you do for a cold? You know?
Wow.
Like
26% of COVID patients died if they were vitamin D deficient versus 3% that had normal levels.
I would love to see also that on top of like vaccine rate too.
What?
You know?
Why is it that the vitamin lobby has not been screaming and bribing Congress the way the pharmaceutical lobby has been?
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it is the vitamin lobby has been unregulated for years.
How about that for a stupid question?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Range of time frames found that where we look, the 2 years, the correlation between vitamin D and disease severity is extremely strong, George said.
Look, and I will give a shout out to a guy who was in chat earlier today that has been talking about that for over 2 years. That would be Ed Lee. He also introduced a guy named James Roguski, who has the Justice News Network. He also sent me something way back ages ago about ivermectin, about all the stuff about vitamin D, about alternate treatments, and that the government wasn't telling you about. And that was, I'm telling you, that was not a year ago. Not like last October, but October of 2020. We're talking 6 months into pandemic at that point. They already knew a lot of this stuff. But now the studies are actually coming out and showing that people should learn that pointing to the importance of taking vitamin D are very reliable. They aren't based on skewed data. All right. Again, long-term study. Now, we're not mandating that everybody takes vitamin D. Okay? Look, it severely reduces your chances of getting severe COVID.
Look, you better take your Flintstones vitamins. Okay? Just do it.
A lot more money in pharma than vitamins. Bingo.
Don't do the whole bottle. That's bad.
All right. And again, not a huge fan of the Times of Israel necessarily. However, when this study and this came across our newsletter, I was like, this is really interesting because this fits with a lot of the narratives that have been happening.
The Israel cases where Israel, even though high vaccination and booster rates, their things are still going up.
Yep. Cases are still well because what they found again is that everybody's getting it and that it's not stopping you from spreading it, or again, it's like vitamin D, it is stopping the severity. And again, if you vitamin D, zinc, vitamin C, monoclonals, all the different
part of the Barrington thing, right? Too
early treatment, right? Early treatment, right? Giving the shots to the people. Again, I don't want to get us yanked for that because this is a good story that
I know.
Maybe we have some positive news about what's going on here, and that people can treat
we'll air it next week. It won't be misinformation,
right? Exactly. Well, 6 weeks from now. Okay.
You're right. Exactly.
Okay. So shout out.
Make Flintstone vitamins.
Shout out to Slow News Day. Final story. Another good one. Positive news. Hallelujah. All right. So, yes, they still do make Flintstones vitamins. 10 million strong and growing. Yeah. I probably have to pay them money now. All right.
Yep.
Another Kenny Stancil, CommonDreams. Again, I told you he's part of the All-Star team. There was a major ruling this week on rooftop solar. And this also happened last Monday. I thought this was... Oh, that was Julia Conley last week. Okay, so no, this was not Monday. This was during the week, and this was on Tuesday. For the first time, a federal court has said that utilities can be liable under antitrust laws if they attack rooftop solar. And, there's been a huge crusade about the electric companies and about the gas companies that have been attacking rooftop solar.
You can't go off the grid. You can't. Yep. I mean, there's a bunch of rules.
Right? So this is a really good story and positive news. Okay, Clean Energy Advocates celebrated Monday after federal appeals court reversed lower court decision. And of course, I'm sure that they're going to appeal it to yet a higher court again. But Salt River Project, which jacked up electricity rates by more than 60%, can be prosecuted for violating federal antitrust laws. Okay, 60% for customers who installed rooftop solar. So they jacked up the rates if you were using rooftop solar so that they still... you were still paying just as much, even though you weren't using nearly as much energy.
Yeah.
Nice. But only the people who had solar. I mean, it was specifically targeted and discriminatory. Right?
Yep.
They can be liable if they attack it.
Arizona?
So this is in Arizona, which is good because they get a little bit of sun down there. Right? So this is SRP in 2015. Solar City. I think everybody knows who Solar City is. I think every right winger screams about Solar City and the failure of Solar City.
Or did.
Right. That was like the big Obama. Yeah. 96%. Again, Solar City lost 96% of its applications. However, more than 95% of the companies that were in that program actually were successful and produced something and and did what the plan was intended to do. Anyway, in 2019, they got sued by William Ellis and other residents, okay, because they were getting jacked in an attempt to maintain monopoly control. So, in its ruling, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals concurred with the plaintiffs that the scheme unlawfully discriminated against customers with solar energy systems and was designed to stifle competition in the electricity market.
Yep. Standard trust stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Far-reaching consequences of a favorable ruling. Power hoarding days for SRP and other corporate entities will be numbered. That's assuming that they don't buy all the solar companies now. And that's what you see next.
Which they will. Yep. They're already doing that.
Right. What you saw back in the 90s and 2000s were the oil companies buying up all the battery development companies that were trying to develop long-range batteries for electric vehicles. So they just bought them and shelved them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie called Who Killed the Electric Car that I would highly recommend everybody watch, documentary, and they interview a company out of Michigan, an older gentleman that just decided to start building batteries because nobody else was doing it. And they're going crazy.
See, that's the thing now, right? With solar, I've got a few panels up on top of the roof, and when my family put them in, they were expensive, right? Like, and
they're an investment.
The thing was, is like you couldn't do it yourself, right? Well, like you either had to have the money to do it yourself, which you weren't going to get the amount you needed, right? And as they got cheaper, what started happening was companies started buying all the like solar panels that were like house specific, right? So you ended up having to go to something like Solar City or whatever to install, rent. Like it went to more a renting market for solar, right?
Yeah.
So, now it's like to really have solar the way you want it, you need one of those Tesla batteries, right? And that's more lithium we're ripping out of the earth. So until we make those graphene batteries,
right,
which then we're going to be ripping carbon out of the earth. So, and we kind of want less carbon in the atmosphere, but
I digress.
Yeah.
So again, global investment in clean energy surged by 27% last year. Again, this is also a World Economic Forum plan to shift to a quote-unquote green economy. So remember, a lot of the Build Back Better stuff was incentivizing this green economy, but for big corporations that it was a lot of window dressing. But again, this is still good news because solar got a win. Rooftop solar got a win. Big oil, big gas.
I've seen a thing now where it's the sheets, the solar sheets, to where it's like a roll, right? So you like roll it out on your roof and then like screw it down.
Sure. And then of course there's Elon Musk. Elon actually built the Tesla solar roof. It's expensive.
Solar roof tiles.
And then they, between the solar roof and the Powerwall battery capacitor that they designed for the house. Revolutionary. Yep. And why had nobody else thought to do that? Like,
they did. You just did it yourself. I mean, you made a lithium cell with lots of lithium batteries, and and it costs you like real estate in your house to have, right? It's the fact that they sandwiched it and put it on the wall. Like you can essentially buy those like cells now that are aftermarket.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of RV guys that set stuff up like that, and it's just when you're dealing with voltages like that, you got to know what you're doing. So,
So again, I'm gonna make my plea. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying batteries are capacitors, so they hold energy.
Yes, they do.
I wouldn't go sticking screwdrivers near one if you don't know what you're doing.
No, don't do that. Again, just want to make a plea to support CommonDreams. They are an excellent organization. You can either support them one time or monthly. and it is a nonprofit that is tax deductible. So if you have a couple of bucks to support an uncorrupted organization that puts out amazing content on a daily basis, like Indie Left News, and is one of the main contributors, and I would call them one of the cornerstones of Indie Left News. You know, if you look at a shopping mall, this is definitely one of the big stores that I rely on for excellent content. And you can see by how many Common Dreams articles we had tonight. What's that?
Right next to the Twinkie display.
Right? CommonDreams.org.
Yeah.
CommonDreams.org. So I think
if you don't want to give to Common Dreams, you can go right down in the description and give the money you would have to us.
Yep.
You know, and we can continue doing stuff. You
can hook us up. You can hook Reef up with some weed money for sure. And let's okay, like I said, you were gonna hate most of the stories. We had a couple good ones at the end, and now we got to do a little brain cleanse. So it's time for some boats smashing into other boats. So let's hit your theme song here.
I watch YouTube, boats that smash into other boats.
And I get to sit back and let you drive.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, that's me.
That's the wrong display, isn't it?
That's me.
How about that one?
That's all of our tabs. And Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi.
Shout out to Warren. Yep.
There's Boudreaux down on the bayou.
And him were talking about this earlier. Damn right. Boudreaux be getting his fucking dank on. So,
Nice.
you know, of course, in Jackson, Mississippi is legalizing medical warning for people with debilitating conditions such as cancer, AIDS, and sickle cell. Right? I'm sure the list will expand. This seems to me very similar to the first one that, like, Florida got, that we then kind of redid a little bit. But passed the final version of the Senate bill last week.
Okay.
New law will allow patients to buy up to 3.5 grams of cannabis per day, up to 6 days a week. That is about, what is that, 3 ounces
that's
per
an
month?
eighth. That's an eighth a day. But who's counting?
Yeah. Right. You gotta do that weed conversion.
Right.
Reef said because of the reduction from 5 ounces a month to the initiative to 3 ounces a month in the new law, there will be hundreds of millions of fewer joints on the streets because of this improvement. Yeah, who cares? Reeves, fucking find one.
Right.
Providing economic development. 90 days gives cities and counties 90 days to opt out of allowing medical marijuana facilities. You know, I'm sure a bunch of fucking counties in Mississippi will be done.
Bible Belt. Bible thumping.
The devils.
Pearl clutchers.
Yep. But
there's also a lot of green in that green.
Some good news.
A lot of green in that green.
Oh, Mississippi might actually not be poor for very much longer. We'll see. You know, but anyway.
NPR, boo. Didn't we do something like this, a father-son, last week?
Yep.
This is a follow-up.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It is the right way to start a show, too.
Love
Not
it.
just start a day. This is how he's starting his day.
Oh shit.
You woke up in the morning and did this.
Oh my god. He still hasn't taken the thing off. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my
It
god.
was cheating.
Wow. Holy shit.
And you just...
Yeah. Yeah.
Clapping is how you know how it's good.
Woo.
You know? Yeah.
That's when you don't even know what else to do to get the coughs out. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
Nice.
Valentine's is coming up.
That
is a box
is
of chocolates
a
I'm down
true
for.
present. And do we have the legend that tells you what each flavor is?
Yeah, that would you need that, right?
Right.
Like, this is Girl Scout cookies, and this is Pineapple Dream, and this is cookie dough, and this is
right. The other side of the box.
Fucking, like grape, like yeah, you got to look at the other side of the box.
That's right. Either that or they give you that overlay that tells you exactly what it is. Nice, and then you get the dabs right in the middle. You get your wax, your dab wax.
So So I've shown this before, but I don't know if I've shown you. This is the oldest bong on record, right? Found in Africa, dating 1100 BC. So, you know, I want to go back in time and meet the guy who invented this. I know, right? It's got a carb, everything. Like, you know, also, this mouthpiece, though, needs a whole hell of a lot of work. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like that's, you know...
Well...
I guess we can't see scale, right? Like, if this is bowl size, this might be like... You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be like handheld water pipe.
Yeah, but
you know?
that's almost like crack pipe kind of to me. Like, you're going to burn your nose, dude. Anything that you... Like, he
small,
didn't have a bic, bro. He's at 1100 BC.
Just like, yeah, you gotta grab the stick, the torch,
right?
And
like literally,
you know,
like you know,
you gotta be like, all right,
like roasting marshmallows 8 inches from your nose, maybe 6.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you do what you do with a hookah, right? You know what you do with hookahs, right?
Yes. You do the coals.
You go material and then hot rock.
You do the coals.
Top, yeah.
I understand. But. Yeah. I just wanted to be funny.
But yeah, if it's bigger, and you have to stick like your whole face into like the fucking...
Well, then it becomes a thing like before, like the mask.
Yeah. Like just
like
the
water
ancient,
bottle.
like African gas mask bong, yeah.
Dude.
But
it all started in Africa. Let's just say everything started in Africa.
Yeah. Africa. I want to go back in time and meet the dude who invented that, though, for sure.
We're at the Walmart.
This guy.
Is this Rome?
Turn it up.
Oh shit!
This is in Detroit again. Oh shit! I dropped your weed.
Ah!
Yeah, I did drop that weed.
Oh shit!
Yo, I dropped that weed, son. Yeah, Chef Anna, shout out.
Thank you.
You know,
God bless her,
you're a good dude, bro. Yeah.
God bless her.
So,
wow.
New bongs are in order. By the way,
nice piece.
The COVID percolator is here.
Nice piece. Okay, nice. I missed that. The bubbler.
COVID.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's the little COVID percolator. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I bet you that makes you cough like a son bitch. I'm just
saying.
Look at this goat. Look at this Tibetan goat just getting fucking... Yeah, give me some of that goat weed. Mm-hmm.
He's got horny goat weed.
Yeah,
I think that's incense, actually.
Yeah, he's in Tibet. Yeah, but they got good incense over there, man.
They do. You know? They do.
That Thai stick, bro. Like... But this is similar to the first one we had, but just scaled up a little bit. Just sit there in this box for an hour.
Nice.
You know? Like,
how the
what is going on?
That's called a hot box.
Thing on the end.
That's called how are you pumping that much?
Okay.
A large bowl and volume of air.
There's not that much. Dude. That's a huge bowl. It's still going.
Yeah, it is. And the guy hasn't been like, all right, I want out. You know?
Oh.
Like.
Who about to play with y'all? Yes.
And then closes you in.
Oh, and then you're not gonna be able to find the door.
You're not gonna be able to find the door.
Holy crap! You're gonna suffocate in there. Are you serious? I would bust through that like the Hawaiian Punch dude. Like, oh yeah.
You'll be you'll be fucking gone. But I mean, it's better than what this guy did, right? Trying to smoke out in public and hide it.
Oh my god, that's really funny. What is he? Here, look at my nipple while I smoke. Oh no! Oh, I'm gonna hold my shirt now. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, let me keep smoking. Oh shit! Oh shit!
I better clear this pipe first. Hold on.
Fiber. He's okay, and he's okay, everybody.
He's okay.
He's okay, YouTube.
okay.
I promise.
Yeah, I don't think he could have gotten hurt from that.
You might want to have to end the YouTube streams.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Oh boy. I know dudes like this.
Dude, he's got to get his workout in, bro. You know?
It kind of ruins the whole
get his
point of
workout.
Motivation workout, Roy.
Nice.
Ah.
Dude, I know that guy.
Yeah,
his name is Sean.
I know,
Motivation where you can.
I know exactly who that is. I'm gonna send it to him. Send me that video. I'll be like, dude, this is you. Be like, bro, why were you doing this on Reddit?
Why are you film this?
He's like, motivation, bro. I know exactly who that
Motivation.
is. Holy crap. That's great.
That's how Rogan works out, I hear. I have to go to you to send that to you here. Up, whip, pop, poop, and hit the next one. Fucking Clippy.
The most valuable tool in my arsenal for sure.
The old fucking paper clip.
Straighten that biatch out. Oh no, I make it last like a month. Like they're good. I got the thickens ones. Clippy's my friend.
Well, after Clippy helps you out, hopefully he can help you out with this.
I like a firm cake.
Oh boy.
This cake's firm.
Nothing
bro.
like a really just firm cake.
What happened to that cake?
My cake's
it turned into a solid block.
Firm cake.
Is that cake?
Yeah.
Is that ice cream? Is that
It's like
Nothing
I don't know. He was like, I like a firm cake. You know?
Well, you sent me something yesterday. Yes, I don't know if we can play that, but
yeah,
it reminded me of that.
Yeah,
slapping food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about that one. Yeah.
We had fun with that last night.
Do you notice what we have here in this clip?
Large men fishing.
This is on a what?
On a lake, on a boat.
What are they on the? There we go. We're on a boat. What's this out here?
That's another boat. Smashing into boats. Oh no! Oh no! Hey! Oh! Holy Nikes! Full speed ahead.
God.
It's a boat smashing into another boat. How did you not start with that?
I technically did, but you got to get high first before you watch.
Holy shit!
Before you watch boats crashing in other boats. So I did start with that so that we can enjoy a bit of the dad zone.
Hey,
right? Oh, some more weed
yeah.
Stuff. I'm super busy. Look at the fucking cat.
My friend Mabel's posted that multiple times. Yes.
This one, the audio I might have to play with a little bit, but we'll see.
Wow, look at that stick.
So this is a million marijuana march.
Look at the size of that blood.
I know, dude.
Is that a thumber? Damn. You can see he's just getting higher and higher throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't smoke at all, at least on camera. Oh, yeah. That'll get you.
We're here with the news.
Best news report ever. Right there. Look at him laughing there.
I know.
Oh my God.
What have I done?
Hire that guy. Love it. Awesome.
Great reporting there, sir. Great reporting. You took one for the team on that one. But
KRTD in the house.
Look
I like
this
it.
one.
It's a little cute dino.
The title is what got me. Y'all, I accidentally bought a creepy ass pipe and now it judges me. Like, what?
It sees you when you're sleeping.
Sleeping. Oh, so now we made it to the dad zone.
Oh boy.
Now we made it. Somehow stuff got out of order a little bit, but
he backed up to do that. Oh, you little motherfucker. You little shit. Oh.
Look, it just catches the back of the ankle too.
Yes,
Like,
Eric, you are going to need a new
pains.
boat for sure.
Yeah.
Let them pound cake.
Or a bigger
Nice.
boat. One of the two.
We need to get Eric watching this with us. Eric's been going on with Sabby now, so Eric's cool.
Yeah.
My ear okay? Is my ear okay, Miss Dr. Kaylee? Is my heart okay, Dr. Araya?
I'm checking your titties.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Checking her titties. She was like, "Is my heart okay? I'm checking your titties."
Well,
Fucking
she knows
love
what
it.
she's doing.
Yep. Yep. Is this gonna load? Hello?
Uh-oh.
This was supposed to be. We're gonna pause it here, and I'm gonna move it because somehow it is not part of the dad zone. Go away. Go over here.
Okay, I'm a fan of TD Bank, by the way, but okay.
He's trying so hard. Blow out the candle, kid.
Oh, he's trying to blow out a birthday candle. Oh man.
1, 2, 3.
You got it.
Ah, nice. You get it, dude. I love those rubber bibs. Are so key for parents.
Right? Wait. Pausing.
Wait, when I was
I gotta find
4,
where we were. Yeah. We gotta go back.
oh,
Uh-oh. I gotta clean that.
Gotta clean it.
oh, good job, kid.
Looks like you got all of it, right?
I will build it.
Okay. He's gotta get himself a new
Oh
drink.
no! Oh no!
Uh-oh,
Okay,
I
we got the
built.
juice. Oh, he's filled. There you go. You got it. Leave everything on the floor. You know, and we're gonna go walk back. Remember how
Oh, slipped on. Who's got the camera? Who's following the kid? How about
You
that?
gotta clean that.
Who's following the kid?
I don't know.
Did you
Fucking
not
dad,
think
I
of
hope.
that till just now? Like, wow.
Yep. Which one is this? What is this? That one's later. Why did it go there?
I do not know.
What is happening?
I do
What
not
is happening?
know.
All right, get this one. This one.
Your diabetes. Nice.
Super
Yeah,
Troopers.
turn it up. All
What's that thing on your belt?
right, here we go.
Nice.
So cool.
What's that thing on your belt?
I found
For what?
diabetes.
Your diabetes.
Oh my God! He's diabetic. He's chugging syrup. No.
What's that for? Diabetes.
That's probably not good for him. I hope,
Probably not.
I hope that
So,
it's...
When I was 4 years old, I heard my parents saying fuck a lot, especially my dad. One day I said it and mom told me, wait, what?
Told me not to.
Okay. I was confused, but it's dad's catchphrase. I told her. She could not stop laughing.
Well,
You know,
sure.
it is dad's catchphrase. Here's another good one. Sound on, full screen.
Oh, I know this song.
Right now? How?
Oh.
Did you eat it?
Did you eat it?
Nice.
How do you know? How do you know?
Mommy has a baby in her belly.
How do you know?
Because I took a test and it told me that I was pregnant, that I have a baby in my belly.
Do you really?
I really do.
Dude. But did you eat it? Dude.
How did it get in your belly if you didn't eat it? I love the logic of the kids. They're not fucking stupid, but they're fucking smart in that case. Yeah. Kids see through bullshit. I love it. Oh no.
Let her drink the chemicals under the sink.
I love it. Oh, that's my niece. I can't believe it. That looks like my niece. Oh.
A pig that looks tasty.
Yeah, she's not happy.
This is pretty good. Oh. Be glad you didn't have two boys, you know?
Uh-oh. Oh no.
He just banged his head into
Ow.
it.
Yeah, can I do what he did? No.
Oh no. No. I cannot. What else we got? This one is craziness to me because it's like, what dad has the time to set all this up perfectly? You know? Like, all right, the kid comes in, right? And like releases the thing, the ball goes up, he's got to shoot it, then everything lands on her, and then confetti. Just
Hard
because,
and feathered.
Just because confetti.
Oh,
Like,
it wouldn't take much time, but it was a decent amount of time invested.
Like, well, you had to make sure that balloon was popping right at the right spot, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and what did he shoot it with?
Like a little BB gun. Like a little airsoft.
Good job.
You know?
Good job, dude.
But
I don't advocate for guns in the house.
Yeah.
That could be a serious goddamn injury.
I feel you, kid.
That's my kid right there. Oh, I feel that.
Just screaming.
Oh, I so feel that.
Isn't that great? Just at a church, like, that's great. Like, oh. You ready?
Yeah.
Goes down on this one. And in the face. That one's like nuts.
Wow, 3 for 3.
And face. Got himself a hat trick.
Wow. That was impressive. He scored 3 goals and did not show up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he did. But what?
Oh, I know what this one is. This is the competition. I know this.
Yeah. A man challenges his kid to draw him sleeping so he can have a nap.
Dad level 5,000 right there. Give that man a fucking medal.
Medal. Yeah, I know, right? Especially like he's got kids in jammies and everything. Why does he have them buttoned up like backwards, it seems? Dude. It's like he's like, all right, arms through and then button them back here.
Yep, the straight jacket.
You know? Yep. Like, Anyway,
More goats smashing into other goats. Is that like
no,
boats?
not goats smashing into other goats. It's very similar. It's different thing, but like watch this chicken. Chicken's gonna get you. No, he's not. Get the fuck out of here, chicken. The goat's like, yeah, you showed him.
I thought the goat was gonna. I thought the goat was gonna defend the chicken for a second and go after the farmer for doing that.
Defend the chicken.
Like, don't you mess with my boy.
No. I like that. I like that kung fu move he had to do, but no,
he was watching him. He was timed it.
Yep. We've made it out of the dad zone.
Okay.
So
we're into the cat zone. Smash.
It's the sound right here. Wait. That's what it is. Like he's gonna fucking the fence is gonna like get scared of him. Speaking of cats, right? So this guy's running, right? And this cat is running by, right? And the guy's like, "Yo, I wonder what the commotion is."
Uh-oh.
That's weird.
Uh-oh. Oh. What the hell is that?
That's a big old cat.
That's a bobcat or like a cougar or something. Sheesh.
Yeah, cougar or something like that.
Merry Christmas. You can see that was on Christmas Day. Damn, could you imagine getting mauled by a cat like that on Christmas? Holy shit.
Or the clock at Christmas and then never changed it again.
Could be. I'll take their word for it.
Right? But yeah, I just thought that was fucking funny.
Okay.
To like the fucking close the door. But this dog's trying to be a brave little boy. Puppo's trying to be brave.
Okay.
Play.
Did it.
Play. Oh God, what are they doing?
Oh my God, look at his eyes.
Oh God.
That is. Come on. Okay. That's a meme right there. That face has got to be a meme.
That face.
An emoji or something.
That's
like,
very
can we crop that for the door server? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yeah, right there.
Right,
oh my God.
Right in there.
We've got to get that. That's great. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even a frame or two back. Get some more definition in there. No.
Wow. Send that to Crab.
More in there.
Holy moly. Okay. Next. What do we got?
Next.
Oh.
So welcome to Florida.
Literally stand WTF.
Yep. And I'm just gonna take a little.
Oh my God.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, Gator. I'm fucking out of here. Fuck you.
Oh. Did he think that they were gonna be buddies?
I guess. I mean, it's the fact that Gator just does Gator things, and like,
right?
The minute its mouth touches anything, it's
that
like,
tiger went tiger.
Yeah, that tiger went tiger. So I just wanted to show people.
Oh my God!
I'm pretty sure is a Goliath grouper, which we have here in Florida, all over the place, right? But I want to show you exactly how big these fuckers are. So right there, this little thing in the corner over here, right, which you will see very clearly in a second as it goes by. This is for scale, right? That is a toilet.
Holy crap! Is that like a shipwreck?
So that thing is equally, yeah. They've like purposefully wrecked that ship, probably left the toilet on there, right? And that's that's how big that thing is. So that's filling the room.
Grouper for dinner tonight.
Oh,
every night.
Good luck bringing this thing in, though. There's I've seen some of the strongest men out there not be able to do that very easily. They're kind of insane.
Okay.
How big those things are.
More
and I've heard Corps of Engineers talk about those things are Volkswagen size. Jeez. They just sit at like the mouth of a river and eat shit. Like by a dam and stuff like that. I like pets and use pet. Pet doggo. I pet the doggo.
Oh, don't you dare. I'm going to bite your face off. I'm going to bite your face off.
I love this. I love the, like, that
I'm going to get you.
Yeah, I'm going to get you. Fuck you, petting me. You know? You just give him a little boops.
Hey, what do you want?
What do you want? Fucking, we got Ram.
Okay.
What do Rams do?
Yep. Oh, flip him. Nice. He's getting a workout in.
He got fucking DDT'd from the top rope.
He's getting a workout. That's a suplex right there. Woo!
Just right over.
That is a suplex, straight up.
It does look like one of those, like
Honestly,
pile driver from the top rope.
The other day, we're in the living room, and my daughter does a somersault, and like she's 6, and she doesn't really do somersaults very well. But this time, she actually did it, and she landed like flat on her back, and nobody was more stunned in the room than she was, and it was like the funniest thing ever.
Right?
That's what that reminded me of.
Oh, I love how this is in slow motion. Slow motion ones are just good. Ooh,
oh!
Ouchies! It's the handshake.
Look at the hiss. The cat's got some balls to him. First of all, he put his thing in his mouth. Bro, what do you expect? Look at that hiss, like he thinks he's a tiger. Tough guy.
Right.
The dog's like, I'm gonna take the food and then I'm gonna kill you.
Yep. Fucking labradoodle out here.
Then I'm gonna eat you for breakfast. Yeah, the bucket did fuck him up. Marcus, welcome, man. Good to see you.
What's up, man? Political matrix in the house. Right? Why? Dude, I can't see this on my screen, and I hope the viewers at home
I
can.
see it. Cake.
Right? Like, yeah.
Okay, that's a cat on a cake.
The cake is up here, so the fucking, like...
So Allie does not sit on it, with Allie sitting on it. I love it. I love it. Nice.
Fuck your rules, you know?
Yeah, like, that's going to stop a cat.
Right?
My boy Rigby was just chilling. Who's Rigby?
That's Rigby. What's up, Rigby? What you doing? What you up in this dumpster for? You need help, bud? And he's like, all right, everyone get the fuck out. Fuck these humans. These humans are fucking my trash panda shit up. All right, I'm out. Fuck you all.
Oh, down he goes. Bye, Rigby.
Right back in. Fucking Rigby. No.
Welcome to the American dream.
So, cruising around 50 miles an hour, then the plastic snapped.
Oh.
Imagine.
On your gas pedal.
What do you do? Oh, God. Like, I can only imagine. Like, I'm surprised the car is still here to talk about it. Damn. I guess it would be worse if you hit the brake and
exactly.
happened.
If you weren't able to stop versus able to.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever
Oh
tried
my God. Oh my God. What is going on in there? It's bath time for Kitty. Holy shit. Oh man. Good luck, lady.
I can watch this on loop.
Oh,
honestly.
come on. What can go wrong if I give cats a bath? Yes, that's a great question. 2 at a time. That's what it is. They teamed up. Oh boy.
So this is great. I love when bartenders set all this stuff up and it gets nice and good, right? And you got all your shots lined up, and whee is going around.
Whoop.
Is going around.
Okay, good. Domino shot day. Did he leave that one intentionally so that he could do the last shot? That's what I would say.
I think it just fucked up.
I know. I would say, voila! But look, you see that the last shot is sitting up there. It's supposed to do something. It didn't do.
If you fuck up the last shot, right? You then have to have a punishment, right?
No question.
That punishment is this, right?
You got to mop it all up.
It's called the wet floor shot.
Oh no! Yeah, exactly. That is exactly the reaction that I have to that. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That is absolutely a fraternity prank right there, dude. You're going to jail for hazing. Sorry.
I didn't do it.
Just showing me that video, I fucking feel victimized of hazing.
Do you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Florida State had pretty bad.
A little bit. I'm a little traumatized from that.
So, what do you think could happen here?
Oh, everything bad.
Everything bad. He goes for the fucking sack.
Wow, dude, that's again courage. Courage upon courage. No, somebody does not understand physics very well.
No.
Nice.
And yeah,
I scored!
I scored. Whee! Goalie almost had it too.
Where's the puck? Oh, he's got the puck. Look, oh, that's it. He's got the. He lifted the puck on it. Damn, dude.
And then
guess what?
Like that's a move and a half.
That's
legal, I think.
I don't know if you can actually do that with your stick and let go of your stick to score the goal, especially during a shootout. But dude,
have to make a roll.
First of all, that's in the Russian league because I'm looking at the stuff on the bottom. That's genius, and that's like don't fuck with the Dagestanis. Don't fuck with the Russians because they're gonna throw their hockey stick at you with the puck on it.
Yep. Like that seems like a Karate Kid hockey
nice.
move.
All right,
you know? Like,
you're gonna give me DMCA. Turn that off. All right.
So speaking of Russia, speaking of Dagestanis, you don't even want to mess with the Dagestani grandma, right?
Oh my God, he's doing that to his grandma.
Babushka.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Leave the poor old woman alone. Holy crap.
I think she was okay with this. I'm gonna go with she was okay with this.
Police seek Romanian spinner. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the hell did we just see, bro? That was a crime you just witnessed. You just showed me a hate crime.
Was that? How is it? I mean, they were fine. Like, you know?
Yeah.
No, like
she was terrorized. I'll bet she's never going to walk down that fucking street again.
I think that was laughing. I think she found it funny.
She was definitely not laughing. She was definitely screaming and running away.
One long laugh. I was laughing.
Yes, I was.
You know?
Uh-oh. Wall meat man. Oh!
Like wall meat man.
We knew that was coming. Every time there's a guy. Oh! I'm building a house, and no, I am now. I'm rebuilding a house.
Yeah, you are. I just found this one. It's just like the Rube Goldberg of it. Like you think the first thing's gonna like mess something up.
Oh my God!
Like nothing happened.
He's just lucky, honestly, that the other half of the roof didn't fall on his head.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
because, bro, yeah, that very easily could have happened.
Just, I know what this one is.
Dangerous Romanian spinner gangs. Yes, Eric.
Dangerous Romanian spinner gangs. Oh, God.
Okay, we got boats.
We do have boats.
Oh my! That's whales.
Yeah, they hit a dolphin.
It's a dolphin.
So like, the dolphin goes up. There's the dolphin, and then the orca hits it like
smacks
from the
it.
top rope.
Nice, you get a show.
Do what? Yeah, I know, right?
You get a show.
Like,
that's whale watching boats. That's what that is. I did that once.
Yeah.
We did that up at Cape Cod.
Yeah, over in Bahaba. But hardcore parkour.
I love parkour.
Ready for hardcore parkour?
I love parkour.
Me too. Oh, this one's a doozy.
Uh-oh.
And play. Parkour, parkour. Oh!
What?
Drop from how far is that?
Wait, what was he aiming to do? To actually land on that little... Oh!
Yeah, I think he overshot. Right? I think he meant to Kong jump off of it down to the floor. Right? But like,
yeah.
He wants hand to plant. He wants hand to plant, and then he overshot.
Oh, yeah, he overshot, and
then like 8-foot drop to like flat.
And we don't know if he's okay or not, but we sure hope so.
I think he's fine. I actually think I've seen this before. I think they actually went and like Tosh might have fucking like went back and be like, all right, and like had him do it again. But
fish is smashing into other fish. That's right, Eric. Yes, with the dolphins and the whales.
Fish smashing into other fish.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you think happened here?
Oh, I see. Is it going right into his ear, or is it gonna actually get it in the pocket?
Oh, right in the ear. Why?
That was a win.
Why?
That was a win. Thank you. I successfully predicted that one, and I swear to God, I did not see that beforehand.
Oh, that one's good.
I did not know what was going to happen, but that was pretty obvious. Okay, here's our TD Bank.
Yep.
America's most convenient bank.
Yep.
And they're in New Jersey, it looks like. Is that my wife? No, it's not, thankfully.
No.
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, that's a lawsuit right there. Oh, that poor woman.
Oh, but the door is fine. The door is fine.
Come on, man.
I've never seen
that's not even funny.
Like that and not break.
That's not even funny. Well, no, she prevented the door from breaking. And let me tell you something.
I've seen others where like you can walk right through one of these doors and break. I've seen these break just off closing.
Not at a TD Bank. You ever been to a TD Bank?
Not at a TD Bank. I have not.
Those doors are thickens. I mean, they're like quarter-inch thick.
Yeah, I guess bank doors. Yeah, you'd want something that like, but yeah, that's no fun. So what do you think? What do you think happened there?
That's on its back. My guess is that it rolled up the hill and went upside down on its back backwards. What do we think?
I just love the classic thing of like 4 guys like just staring at the fuck up, Well,
look, because you've got the elevated ramp behind it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it tried to climb a wall and ended up on its back, effectively.
On its back, but I just love how it's just like everywhere. It's like tires up on this side is not good.
How do you?
Also, how is it not much more destroyed than this? With the amount of tonnage that thing has, it falling like that would have tore up a bunch.
Well, yeah, but also, how do you now flip that thing over?
You're gonna need a bigger boat,
bro. You're gonna need like 17 cranes.
Yeah, well, you're probably gonna like crane and then pull from one side,
right? And then belt, and then oh my
God,
God, wow, that's like you know what you would need to get is like tree specialists, effectively. Like those guys know how to move heavy shit.
It might even be easier to just take it all down and like rebuild the thing,
Holy crap!
Like
we made it, Misha.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
We made it.
I love it. Okay.
So this one's ridiculous. Alcohol kids, just don't do it.
Oh no. Parkour. Oh God. Oh, now you're not going to be able to go bowling.
He's okay. You all right, bro? Yeah, I'm all right.
I am for the moment.
I don't know.
Please call an ambulance.
Oh, it's like right about here, right? It's like now Dave knew he fucked up, right? Like right there, like you know, like
Dumpert.
Oh
yes,
God,
Dumpert.
Flat.
Oh,
Tough flat.
What the hell were you doing? Climbing over a railing over a bowling alley? Okay.
I showing off, right?
Sure. We're all okay. We got a few more.
This one is insane. You've been skiing?
No,
been skiing
I'm not
ever?
a skier. Okay, but that's a ski lift. I know what that is.
It's a ski lift.
Whoa! Hey! What is that? Oh my God! Holy shit!
Yep.
Ski lift's gone wild. Oh my God! Jump off! Jump off! Jump! Oh my God! Oh! Stop the goddamn cables! Come on, man! Well, now they're jumping off. Okay, now they're being told jump off, jump off, jump off, or you're gonna get swung around. Holy shit! Oh my God! Oh, that is bad.
Isn't it?
That is very, very bad. Oh, I hope they all make it off. Okay, they're off. They're off. They're all off. They're all off. Okay, they're all letting go. Okay, we're through the injuries, but look at this pile. Oh my God, look at the pile up of cable cars.
Chairs? Oh my God, dude. How ridiculous is that?
Wow, Eric says needs to hit the E-stop.
Vacation.
In Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
In Russia.
Right.
Cable car don't stop you. You don't stop cable car. Cable car stop you.
Stuff. Like a lot of times for fixing these things, they'll like take off the e-brakes, right? Because they like cause problems.
Sure.
Right. So a lot of like mechanics will end up taking up like the backup ones, right? And then when the real ones fail, there isn't backup ones left.
You don't stop cable car. Cable car stop you in Russia.
The coast is clear. You may now proceed.
Oh no. Rut-row. Rut-row. Oh!
Buy a lottery ticket.
That's a failure of gates.
Yep. Yep. And that's one of those high-speed ones, too.
Bro.
Luckily, this man...
yeah, I'll accelerate.
Like, it's so close.
And what was that little thing that went across the tracks right beforehand? Do you notice that? Look, it's like a little shoe.
A moped.
Me.
Oh, like, oh, yeah, a moped here. Me.
Oh, it's a moped. Oh, okay. It's a single rider. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ron. Took off your front bumper. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Lucky.
Trains are ridiculous.
Yes, they are. Don't fuck with trains. I grew up with a train behind my house. Like a freight train. Uh-oh. Drifting, flipping.
Yep, because it's such a low speed crash. I just love that it's like in slow motion, right? Looks all cool, and then just and about $20,000 worth of damage, right? Like,
yep.
0
to 20.
Work you now gotta do.
That's 0 to 20.
Like, yep.
Dude died for a second. Okay.
For just a second. And I'm up. And I'm dead. All right, I'm good. Like, what? What? Oh, God. Like, I just thought that shit was fucking funny to me. But what else I got?
Oh, boy.
Since we talked about a lot of science today, I just want to show you what scientists sometimes do.
Trust the science, right? Trust the science.
So,
what?
Funny story. My high school chemistry class used to have like fucking black marks on the ceiling, right? And like literally like burn marks and stuff because like coach, of course it was a coach that they're making be a teacher, and he decided to choose chemistry. Like at one time, like he took potassium, right? And like that's the stuff if you put in water it explodes, right? And apparently like the whole brick of it had gotten like access to air, right? And like the whole thing started exploding, right? Like when he had a class in there, right? Like, and like I would remember seeing like the little flakes of like fire on the like the asbestos ceiling, you know? But
holy crap.
Yeah.
What happened here? What exactly did he do? What is he lowering?
Potassium in water.
Oh, he put potassium in water. That's what he did. Okay.
He put down the vent hood.
Nice. And blew up the room. Nice.
Boom.
He's okay.
Blows the vent hood over.
Okay.
Right? Like.
Sure.
Yep. Everyone's okay. It's just a bit of explosion. Right. So, I figured we'd have, you know,
a little bit of fight.
Since we
a little fight club.
Recently. Yep. So he pushes the ref, and the ref's like, "No, fuck you," and fucking slams the dude. Like, the ref fucking slammed him. Like he tried pushing at the fucking ref, and the ref's like, "You want to go? I'll fucking go." Like, you know, I just fucking love that shit. Just the whole giant slam from the ref, like, you know. Just a fuck you. You know what? Fuck you. Bow. Like, and then the fucking guy starts swinging.
Like, clearly disrespected the ref because the ref wasn't putting up with that shit.
The ref. Yeah, he definitely was. You know, I mean, the ref went a little hard, but like, you know,
good on the ref. Don't take no shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So here we go. Right, we've got in this corner, very young Russian gentleman. Right, and in this corner, another Russian gentleman who's not nearly as young. And
what about this dude with no shoes on? Not so young. He's a boxer. Old dude's gonna knock that fucker out. I knew it. Old dude don't play. Old dude don't play.
Old dude don't play.
Old dude don't play. I knew that was coming. Bro, look at his stance. That dude's done some fighting.
Yeah, and it's like the old school Dempsey.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, yeah, come on. Hit me in the head. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to smack you. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Just that little combination right there.
Boom, boom.
Dirty. Yep. Knocks that fucking kid ass out, but
love it.
Anyway, I think I got two more, right? You'll just like this because of the voice.
Okay, time for road rage. Let's see. This idiot. Almost crashed into Uncle Walnut. Do something stupid, come on.
Exit right to exit 4.
Okay, let's see. We can try.
Dude, I know where that is. That's a Palisades Parkway. I've driven right there like a billion times.
Okay, now we have brake check.
Okay, now we have brake check.
What are you doing?
Dude, that could have been me. Oh, you done fucked up now.
Yeah, you suck, yeah.
Emotional damage.
That's what you'll get. Emotional damage.
And physical damage, too. I know exactly where that is. All right?
What?
I went to college. I went to college not 10 minutes from exactly where that accident happened. Like, they're coming up on an overpass that literally rides right to my school. My old school.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny.
That really sucks. Let's close it out with that really sucks.
Last one for tonight.
Oh, it's a drone. It's a helicopter drone.
It doesn't have a dong on it, but it needed one for protection.
Wow. That's a serious freaking helicopter. Oh, he put it down. There went your $10,000 drone.
The helicopter, yeah.
Oh.
But I just love the slow burn of that one. You know?
No, there are no breakdown lanes on that parkway, Eric. You would basically have to park in the middle median. It's grass. There are also no lights on that highway. It is literally like right off the cliff on the edge of the Hudson River, effectively. Again, I used to live near there.
Right, we're pretty close, right? $4 to $20K is what that little helicopter costs.
What'd I tell you? Somewhere around $10,000. There went $10,000. Like, he landed it so nicely. It was so soft and so smooth. And bye.
Yep.
All right, and now we're going to go back to Bird and Reef. Hey, Bird and Reef. Yes, and that helicopter definitely could have taken his head off, Eric, for sure. So yeah. That's a that's a good 90-minute show.
Yep, that should be fun. Come check that out, my channel.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So who else is gonna show up, but we'll see.
Oh, speaking of which, we actually set up a Rumble channel for boats smashing into other boats. So
yep. Probably pop that link somewhere if you want. You can go look up those things.
If you go to
me, I can never look for it. Like, I'm like, where is it? I don't have a channel. It says I don't have a channel. Yeah, I do have a channel.
If you search rumble.com/user/Reef Breland, and here it is.
Yep. That should be it.
That's the link to
watch all the old boats.
All the old boats, as well as all the Reefer After Dark episodes.
Yep.
At least the last few.
More of those put up too.
Yeah, I think we've only got about the last 3 up there right now. Working on getting all the history back up. And if you want, I can actually pop that up here and show people what that looks like. There we go. And now you can see rumble.com/user/Reef Breland, all one word. I seem to be the only person subscribed right now. We just used all the thumbnails that we had. Of course, that's weird. Why didn't it use that one? Anyway, you can see all the previous episodes, and we go all the way back to episode 3 when Reef started doing that, and we started making it a regular segment. And so this has been a fun show. Even though there were some horrible stories, we had some fun stories. We had a lot of fun watching some Reddit cringe. I thank everybody for hanging out, for listening, for watching. I encourage everyone to like, share, subscribe to everybody's channels on Rumble, on YouTube, on Odyssey. We're also on Odyssey, and this has been streaming on Odyssey, on the podcast, on Twitch. We're trying to grow our Twitch community. Of course, follow at Reef Breland for some fire on Twitter. Follow at Get Indie News as well. Get Indie News is for the Indie News Network, which we are proud members of. And again, I was talking to Sabby Sabs. We're going to be doing a stream next week with Sabby, Tara Reid, and Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine. That's going to be previewing the Women's Summit that Sabby's going to be having at the end of February. Also, don't miss tomorrow night, Friends of Indie Left with Afeni, 9:30 Eastern tomorrow night on all these channels. So again, thank you so much for being here. Eric T. Red, Political Matrix, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Trans Marxist, Lauren, my co-host.
Namaste fam who can watch us live but are watching the VOD. Love you guys too.
Shadowband.
Hit those Patreon links down in the description. And keep listening to what little birdies have to tell you. I think that's us out, right?
Yeah, I think we're out. Good night.